My dress almost looks high. Oh, I'm Kristin. Oh my god. Okay, wait, start over, sorry. My name's Kristin, I'm 26 and I'm from Danville, California. And I'm a high school special education teacher. I've lived in Danville my whole life and it's about 30 minutes from San Francisco, California. I live in a house with 2 roommates who are my sister and my cousin. And I've lived here my whole life. I went to high school here and then stayed locally for college. I teach at a high school in Oakley, California, and I got into special ed because I have a younger brother with autism and I helped raise him pretty much. How do you feel? You graduated high school.
I did good.
And you're growing up.
Uh-huh.
What else? That's it? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
And that pushed me into wanting to be in that field and to help students with disabilities. I have a little dog named Portia and she just turned 7 years old. I got her out of my last relationship, which was pretty much the only good thing I got out of that relationship. And I treat her like she's my kid, basically. And everyone in my family is really mean and says she's really fat and makes fun of her because she kind of waddles, but she's really just a little thicker than most dogs. And so my last relationship was 6 years, but it ended 3 years ago. And I thought I had found, you know, the love of my life, who I was going to spend the rest of my life with, but it just didn't work out very well at all. We just kind of grew into 2 completely different people and we're better off ending it. Since then, I've been single. I've dated here and there, but I feel like I've tried pretty much everything from like dating apps to meeting through mutual friends, and I just feel like I'm not finding who I'm supposed to be with in this area. So I'm pretty open to new things and other ways of finding the right person. My ultimate fantasy date would be going to Nashville, Tennessee. It's the country capital of the world and it's somewhere I've always wanted to visit. And I've always wanted to go on a helicopter tour of a city and just, you know, overlook the city and see everything that it has to offer. And I would want to end the date with a private concert. Country music, obviously, because it's in Tennessee. And I feel like I would either want Kane Brown or Chase Rice to be the ones performing. I do love country music, but you know, I could be a track queen too, and I like rap music as well, even though you probably wouldn't guess that. I can put you in my cup. Let's take a trip. My celebrity crush would be Channing Tatum. I've liked him since the movie Step Up. I really like dancing movies. But I also, obviously, what girl doesn't like him in Magic Mike? And I also liked him in the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies. I feel like he's just an actor that can do like any type of movie and girls will always love it. My whole entire family, obviously we're really close, but they're all a little bit crazy in the best way possible, but they're extremely wacky, a lot of different personalities. A good childhood story is when I was younger, the cousin that I live with, that we're really close, we're only 6 months apart in age, and my family gave me like the scissors that aren't supposed to cut anything that you give to kids. So we were playing hairdresser and it was my turn to be the hairdresser, and she had hair that went really, really long, really thick and pretty, and I chopped half of her hair off to right under her ear, and then I was so embarrassed that I hid the hair under the chair because I didn't want my aunt to see it. And then she had to go give her a real first haircut. But I like to say that I influenced her liking all of her short hairstyles from when we were younger. And my mom is a pretty wacky family member, but in the best way possible. She's only 5 feet tall and extremely loud. But a really funny story that we had is we all go up to a cabin and we were in the lake, and my cousin and I hopped, you know, we're trying to hop on floats, like air things to float down the river, and she thought it was easy. You know, if the kids can do it, I can do it. So she jumped on the raft and it completely flipped over and fell on top of her, and she couldn't touch anywhere. So we were all dying laughing and pretty much making fun of her, but we're all a little bit scared of her at the same time because I feel like she could just kick our butts at any moment that she wanted to. If I could travel anywhere in the world, it would be either Australia or Italy. I'm obsessed with accents, especially Australian accents, and I even I feel like Italy, because I'm part Italian and I've always wanted to eat like authentic Italian food, and I just feel like those are two really good places to have vacations. For my hometown date, I would start by going on like a mini little tour of where I went to high school. My grandpa is in the Hall of Fame there for coaching basketball, and he coached me in basketball as well as softball, so I feel like sports are really big in my entire family, and that's something that's really important to me. I'd also want to go to a Giants game. Softball was the sport that I played the longest and the most, and I mean, I love the Giants. And I'd also want to go to Alcatraz. I've actually never been there before, which is a little weird because I've lived here my whole life, and it's the biggest tourist attraction pretty much in the city. So I feel like that would be just a good experience. And I'd want to end the day with a big barbecue with my entire family. Like I said, I'm really close with all of them, so I feel like their opinions would be really important to me. And it would definitely just be a good time with my entire family. They're really fun, really easy to get along with, and I feel like they make anybody feel like they're welcome. I really enjoy playing softball still now. I play on a co-ed team just for fun, and I've also stop laughing! Softball's really been just basically what all of my family does. We play sports, but I've helped coach my cousins in a travel softball team, and I've also coached at the high schools I've worked at before. I also really like going to concerts, and it ranges in music. I obviously love country music and rap, but I feel like I'm pretty open to going to any kind of concert or festival. I just feel like it's always a fun and good time, and it helps you create really good memories, and I love to dance too, so that's something that I feel like I try and make everyone go to with me at some point. I also don't remember what I was gonna say after. Right, that's why I'm looking at you. I like to go to the cabin also. My aunt and uncle have a cabin up in Arnold, which is in the mountains. It's kind of like a mini Tahoe, but there's lakes, and I really like the outdoors. Hiking isn't always my favorite.
I fucking hate you. Stop it. Fucking nature can go fuck off.
Yeah, get it.
I don't like hiking. I'm not a fan of it. But if it's like flat trails, and I feel like I can handle it.
That's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
So my younger brother Christopher is probably one of my favorite people in the world. I honestly don't know what I'd be doing in life if he wasn't in my life, because the whole reason I chose the profession of special education was just being around him and having me help him in any way that I can, and I feel like it's now made me just want to help any kid that has disabilities. I feel like it's something I'm really good at. I have a lot of patience with it, and it's just made me into the person that I am now. I can't imagine having anybody else as a brother but him, and although it's challenging at times and nobody really knows what it's like to have a brother or a sibling or anything like that with special needs, I feel like it touches you in a way that you could never imagine. It's extremely rewarding as a profession, but then to also have him in my home life, I feel like it's just rounded me into the person that I am, and I hope everyone has a chance, to either meet my brother or someone like him, because I feel like it'll definitely change your life. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope that I get the opportunity to, find love and find it in a place that I wouldn't usually get the opportunity to meet people from, all over the world, and maybe find my chance at a happy ending.
Wink for me.
Stop.